All right, everybody, this is the 2024 Freedom 150XH. I'm going to do a little bit of a walk around just so you guys can see this scooter. This is a maxi chassis, so a maxi chassis would historically be categorized as a full-length chassis. It's designed to seat up to 2 people. So I'll do a little bit of a walk around just so you can see the size of it. And you can find videos on YouTube where they do show this scooter in some comparison videos, but today I just want to ride it and give you a chance to see how it feels and its speed capability. Obviously this is not designed for the highway. It's 150cc. It's going to top out around 65 to 70 mile an hour, mid 60s on a flat surface. That's its primary purpose, so it's great for an around town or in an urban setting. Alright. So I've got the throttle pulled all the way. It is a CVT, so it's gonna build speed with RPM. The power delivery is very linear. The 150cc, it's a really great size for really a city use, which is what its main purpose would be, for an around town cruiser. It's not something that you're going to get on the interstate with, but for these back roads where I live here in Oklahoma, it's perfect. It would be great also for just a city street in town. So what's crazy about this scooter is it gets 107 miles per gallon of fuel efficiency, which is pretty wild. So it's extremely fuel efficient. It's also got a fuel injected engine from Bosch. It's got traction control. It's got dual ABS. So you've got all the safety features on this that you would want. It does have a liquid cooled engine. The radiator is mounted on the side. And the advantage of that being that it's all built into the engine itself, whereas if you had a front mounted radiator, you've got a lot of piping and areas for leaks and things like this. So this is all very compact, and it's really nice from a maintenance standpoint. If you decide that you had to pull the engine for any reason, everything would come out as one. So we're doing right at 65 mile an hour. Up the hill here. So I'm 253 pounds. I'm about 6 foot tall, just over 6 foot, and so with me on it going up a hill, we're doing about 55. This is a pretty good incline. Now the Bluetooth has, the GoPro has its own GPS, and when I get back, I'll overlay the GPS footage over this video. But I've also got my phone-mounted speedo, which refreshes a little bit slower than what's in the GoPro. It gets a 1 gigahertz refresh rate, so the GoPro footage should be even more accurate than the phone. So a couple of things I noticed, I've got the Freedom Storm S300, and honestly it feels pretty nimble, the 300, but this feels super light. So I could see a lighter male or a lighter female really enjoying this scooter. Super agile to drive. The handling is really good. It just has great feedback for the rider. very easy to drive is immediately one of the things that I notice. Let's go left here. This does have a 4-speaker Bluetooth audio system built in. The audio sounds pretty crazy. It's amazing. So, and the audio is good up to maybe around 30 mile an hour, 35 mile an hour. So if you're in a downtown urban setting and you're just cruising the streets, for example, here in Oklahoma City at 20, 25 mile an hour, you're going to be able to listen to your audio. You're able to listen to your audio at a traffic light and things like that. So the audio sounds really good on it. It also has this button here, which is start and stop technology. And basically, okay, this road's closed, so I guess we're going to hop on I-40. All right, so guys, 150cc scooter on I-40. Not really what it's designed for, but we've only got to go up about a mile, so not a big deal. We're doing construction traffic here, and the road's limited to 55, so we should be fine. We've got one big hill though we got to go up here, so we'll go a mile here on I-40. All right, let's merge over. All right, so now we're on I-40. We're the 55 mile an hour zone. We're doing 58 going uphill. This is a pretty big hill. It's the steepest hill on this side of the city. It's pretty impressive. I'm guessing we're going to be doing 65 plus going downhill. Pull off the throttle here. So I'm going to put this lady from the back. So anyway, engine's got start-stop technology. It's a fuel economy savings. Basically, if you come to a red light and let off the gas, the engine's going to turn off. And as soon as you pull the throttle, it'll kick back on. It's very seamless, and it's designed for fuel saving. So if you love that, you can leave it on. If you want to turn it off, you can turn it off. But it's all done right here on the fly in real time. It's got 2 really nice storage pockets down below. This also has USB-C phone fast charging, and it's got USB 3.0 quick charging. Charges at almost 5 amps, which is pretty crazy. So it's like, I don't know, 60 volt. So you can charge your iPhone, for example, in about 30 minutes from empty to full. In my situation, I like to use Google Maps, which uses a lot of battery power. So having phone fast charging versus old school USB-A means that I can keep that phone from depleting while running those battery intensive apps. Okay, let's just see what we can do here. We're going to go downhill. It's not a very steep hill though. This lady is not going to let me get around. It's okay. Let's see if we can catch up with this guy. We're only going to this next exit here. So I'm seeing about 65. We're going downhill. Go ahead and merge over here. So we're going uphill right now. That's pretty good. Yeah. 63, 64 going uphill, that's pretty impressive. So, what I would say is if you're in an area where your roads are posted up to around 65, I think that this scooter would have no problem keeping up with traffic on a 65 mile an hour road. Which is still a lot of interstates, honestly, here in the U.S. are going to be marked 55 to 65, so you wouldn't have any issue on a flat surface at 65. If the highway is posted 70, I probably wouldn't do that, but if you're at 65 or less, I think it'd be just fine, no issues. I love the handling. It's so light, guys. I can't even tell you, like, it looks like a big scooter, and size-wise it is. It's got the big, 14-inch front wheel and big brakes, and it's got all the safety gear with the traction control and whatnot, but man, it's just so docile. really easy to ride. Before the 300, I had an old school GY6 150 scooter, and this is honestly just as nimble. The engine sits real low on this model, so it makes it really easy to handle. So this scooter is brand new. It's only got 37 miles on it. I've put all 37 miles on it. I need to go grab my USB-C phone fast, my cable, so I can charge this up when I get home. Perfect. Okay. So yeah, I think I mean, to me, if I'm riding roads that are less than 65 mile an hour, I'm going to buy this over the 300 or 400 cc, 100%. If I have no intentions of getting on a major interstate, I think there's absolutely no reason to spend more money on the bigger engine, which is going to have, you know, higher insurance, way less fuel economy, and a lot more weight. So I think it really just boils down to what you're going to do with your scooter. And again, if I'm, you know, buying something for the interstate, I'm going to be in 300 to 400 cc. That's kind of the sweet spot of price, fuel efficiency, and energy, you know, fuel economy usage. But if this is something that I'm just going to ride on the country roads or city streets, for example, like downtown Oklahoma City, oh man, this is going to do a fantastic job, and it's going to do it for a lot less money. This scooter, the retail price on the 24 is $39.99. There's about $500 in freight, so you figure you should be able to get one for somewhere between $4,500 to $5,000 out the door with dealer fees. And what a tremendous amount of value for a full-size scooter, a maxi chassis at that. I think this is now the only maxi chassis still available in the United States, because Suzuki has just announced they've canceled the Bergman. So the Bergman was discontinued after 22, and I had wondered during 23 if they were going to bring it back, and they didn't. So it's been officially dropped from their 24 list. So anyway, yeah, what a great scooter. And I think that for a large percentage of the population, we did some polling, and we found that over 50% of maxi scooter owners, full-size scooter riders, don't ride the interstate. So you absolutely don't need some big monster engine for that purpose, and you're going to spend a whole lot more money, and you're not going to get anywhere near the fuel economy. So anyway, that's my feedback. But yeah, hope you guys take care, have a great day. Hope you enjoyed this review. Thanks.